to know, from masterpieces to deep fried tacos. And if the movie sucks, you might hear them say, there's no telling where the guys will take you. Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already warned you. Better watch out, it's gonna ruin the plot. Real spoilers. Real spoilers. Real spoilers.
Broadcasting from the lush but not lavish studios located in the basement of the Okie Advanced Film Snarkitude, this is Real Spoilers, episode 888, Not Mercy.
None of that opening is actually true. We are not in a radio.
Except for the part where I... Because...
Hey, it's two lies and a lie.
You guys were too chicken to drive to the theater to see Mercy.
I was willing to go. The Alamo was like, you're not coming.
Oh, did they cancel it?
Yeah.
In advance this time, that's more courteous than I see from them.
My house was winterized on Friday night. The doors, the windows, everything was sealed up. I was in for the long haul.
Said, I'm not going anywhere.
I have an old house with a lot of breezy things going on, and we were all
As Tom
sealed up.
sits behind a sliding glass door.
Yeah, he must have that triple pang.
I do. It's got the
those good windows. Yeah,
the gas that goes in there in between the panes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you touch the windows, they don't even feel cold or hot. Like it's
Tom, I just fart on my windows. That's how I get the gas in mine.
You're gonna get the windows replaced.
Tom's old money.
Yeah.
He can afford all the pangs. We just have hunger pangs, me and Joe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You missed one though on Mercy. Like this is like
I know.
Dude, just real quick, since I'm the only one that saw it.
Just give a recap. Yeah, just tell it. Say it. Yeah.
So it's like it's the 5 years in the future, and like in LA they've created this AI judicial system, and
great.
So if once you get arrested, they plop you down in this chair. It has access to the cloud. It can see in everybody's phones and all the cameras and everything. And you have 90 minutes to prove.
So a biography.
Yeah, so you have 90 minutes to prove that you're innocent, and if you're found guilty, they literally are just executes you. Like it's also the electric
It's Minority Report.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's totally yeah.
But Minority Report was the future, right? Like they could tell what crime you were going to commit in the future.
Right.
They were like pre-crime. You could tell you were about to commit a crime. This is at least This at least lets you have the joy of killing someone first. So there's that. So Chris Pratt's character had been like a big proponent of this, but then his wife is found dead, and he comes to it in this chair, and he spends almost the entirety of the film in the chair.
No way.
He almost never gets out of the chair. It's like hyperbole. I assure you it's not. If you get up to go to the bathroom during this film, you, sir, will spend more time out of your chair than Chris Pratt does. And the key word there is madam, because madams will also spend more times out of their chair, even though when they get to the bathroom, they sit back down. Right? Like
I guess that's fair.
Like this dude sits in a chair for an hour and 32 minutes of an hour and 40-minute movie.
So he ice cubed it. It's just like that War of the Worlds thing where he just doesn't move.
Honestly, if this movie was older, I would ask myself, was it a COVID movie? Because almost all the actors are on screens talking to each other. Like there's almost no actual personal interaction, two actors on screen at the same time during the whole movie.
This has got to be because I believe War of the Worlds was another Amazon MGM or Amazon Prime movie. This must be their new thing. Get a star, get someone with a name, and just have them film by themselves. Film everybody, get a couple names, splice them together.
Isn't that cop show on Amazon as well?
And I think War of the Worlds is during COVID is like in defense of that movie, that the reason it's like that is they were like, well, let's film something and we'll keep everybody separate and plot device, but there's no reason.
And they held it for 5 years.
But it just came out last year, though.
I could have swore I read that it was shot during COVID, just sat on a shelf for a while. But maybe I'm wrong.
It's possible. No, that's true. But it's like, man, I mean, I get it. I get making movies on the cheap. I get, limited locations. For example, this one, very limited in where they're filming and all that. But like, at some point, I mean, it just comes off as cheap. It sounds like in this case, it sounds like a really cheap movie.
But I think his that show with Taylor Kitsch, I think, is on Prime too.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got some working relationship with Prime,
for sure,
or Amazon, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, his career needs to be studied.
Where he was like, or something, fighting an alien. Wasn't that an Amazon?
Yeah,
one?
but I don't think so. That was like the weird time travel one where he goes back and like sees his daughter as an adult. And his daughter's like, I hate you.
Like
and he's like, why why me? Honestly, we've talked about him before. His career needs to be studied because the guy has a Will Smith level star-making performance and just completely forgot it. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. He had 2 major franchises, 2 multi-billion-dollar franchises.
Yeah.
You know, like he's working with Marvel, he's working with Universal with the Jurassic Park movies, and I'm not going to say that he doubles down on the right-wing leaning stuff, but
he's
when you're
with it.
He is flirting with it, and when your TV show is described as, I've seen reviews of it being called anti-woke.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what that means anymore. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I care when people are like, this is too woke. That's like, shut up. You don't even know what that word has no meaning at this point. But like,
it just means
anything you don't like.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It means whatever you don't like. Like, because they have a, some sort of representation in a movie that automatically makes it woke. Wait till they find out that Jason Momoa isn't a Zarnian. Like, they're gonna freak out. Like, how dare they?
Well, on the radio when I was reviewing Mercy, I was like, once every 10 years, you get a movie where you leave the theater asking yourself a question that you'll just ponder for a while. What was in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction, right? Spinning at the end of Inception. When you leave Mercy,
what was in the box?
When you leave Mercy, asking yourself, does Chris Pratt have gambling debts? Like, what is happening here? Why is
That's funny.
I don't know. He obviously made his bones as Andy Dwyer, the fat goofball, right. I would say comic relief of Parks and Rec, but that whole show's comic relief.
But he was kind of the comic relief within a comedy show. And it's also interesting, if you watch season 1, he plays dead. Right? Like,
he does play a dick.
In season 1, Andy Dwyer is an asshole. And they retool that show, and he comes back as this lovable goofball. And I remember watching it in real time. I was like, wait, are we supposed to... It took me like 4 or 5 episodes. Because I was like,
it's the Michael Scott thing.
This guy now? Yeah, like, it was really weird. But like that first season of Parks and Rec, they were definitely like, it was office but in government, and then they realized it wasn't working and they like tweaked it. And one of the few times they tweak a show like that on the fly, actually fix it. Normally it's just diminishing returns, but they actually pulled it off. But it's interesting that he starts off playing an asshole and then plays a guy, and I'm starting to think he might be an asshole. So
I mean, what's the thing is, like, he takes the Andy Dwyer character, he tweaks it a little bit, and you get Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And like I said, I told you guys, by the end of that series, he's not the same Star-Lord. Like, he's definitely playing it differently. And like I said, could be a character arc. Like, he had some stuff happen to him throughout those movies. But there is, the snark is gone from that, and he's just kind of like and then he's leaned full into this I'm an action star
I think one thing too is you have to remember that he was playing a lot of different characters that time, and he was more into the like the Owen Grady character in Jurassic World is like a cool badass. He's not a snarky guy. He's cool, right? He's like very serious, very cool. And then if he was starting to do those other type of shows, the army stuff, that kind of thing, like I just think when he came back, he maybe was a little bit more in the mode of being the cool tough
you mean
guy.
when he came back to the Guardian stuff?
Yeah, because remember there was that big gap because Gunn gets fired, so like it was a little bit between.
Yeah.
It's also funny because I know
the last thing I need is for him to show up as Batman.
Yeah, he made a concerted effort. He didn't want to be Star-Lord in every movie, but then I feel he was so far out of his way to not be Star-Lord, he ends up playing the same thing, just not Star-Lord. So it's like, going to see your favorite band, you're really not. You're really not.
It's a shame. I think he used to be really good. I don't really care for what he's doing these days, but he's got enough money that he doesn't have to care what any of us think.
Yeah,
and
it shows.
If push comes to shove, he can always hit the Comic-Con circuit and get like $400 a picture.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So absolutely.
I will say one more thing about this movie. One good selling point of this movie, though, is because he's dealing with an AI judge and he has 90 minutes. They have a clock up on the screen for almost the entire movie.
I heard that.
Which saves you the trouble of having to check your watch to see how much you have. So,
he did say something weird in like the press where somebody was like, "Hey, have you seen like this AI actress?" And he's like,
"I don't know."
The Tilly thing, yeah.
And then he's like, "I don't know what that is," but then he calls her a bitch. And I was like, that seems so weird. But then I see another report where it's like he wanted he wanted AI to be the Rebecca Ferguson character. Like he wanted that character to be complete.
Rebecca Ferguson's in the movie?
She's the AI
She's
interface.
the AI
hold on.
Well, hang on.
Oh.
Really bad. Go on.
But it's like you actively say, I don't know who this AI actress is, but then you wanted an AI person to be in the movie. It's like
they should have done it.
No.
I know it's a hot take, but like here's the thing: one, Rebecca Ferguson keeps forgetting that she's AI, and so she keeps like she keeps like showing her like in these facial things that like AI wouldn't do, and so
interesting.
And so I'm like, that's not. And then like the end of the movie, I don't care, it's awful. Is like, oh, maybe we should work with AI. Like we could, like they're wrong about this and we're wrong about things. Is that all the same? No, it's not all the same. But honestly,
I don't think I want AI making judgments on whether somebody's guilt or innocent.
I also think maybe making people watch an AI video for 90 minutes might be good training for them to see so they can start to you know what I mean? Like when you watch it for like a 30-second clip when the federal government shoves it in front of your face, like it might trick you. But if you watch it for 90 minutes, you start to see what's not working and maybe you can apply things. But I don't know. Anyway, talk about hey, let's go around the table and everyone can introduce.
This is Joe.
This is Kevin.
And this is Tom. Quick shameless plugs. Don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find us. While you were there, be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. That's super helpful.
We did.
Great. Oh, we got one?
We did.
Let's hear it.
This is it's worth checking out. This is from 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna try. I'm pretty sure this person's name is Hannah, but it's Han Banan 6718.
Like Hannah Banana.
That's what I was thinking. Yes.
Yeah.
This is a 5-star review. I absolutely adore this show. I started watching a few years ago. I believe my first episode to come across was Shazam.
Ooh.
And I mentioned, did we do a video? We must have done a video episode for Shazam.
Our first video episode was that Olivia Wilde movie, I believe, the one with hair. No, Olivia Wilde.
Where what's his name spits on Chris Pine.
Harry Styles. And,
Okay.
What's her face? Yeah.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh. Yeah.
And somehow I just got around to leaving a review, but I guess I should say I was making sure it was worth the listen. Whether you're looking for something to play in the background while doing other things or curious about what others think of the movies you want to or have seen, I definitely recommend checking out Real Spoilers. It's a fun show and almost definitely won't disappoint. We might,
right?
But there's a chance that we won't.
I like the fact that she starts by saying, "I like looking at him," and then she's like, "Then I decided, let's see if it's worth listening." She's already decided that we're all stumbling.
Yes.
But then it's like, but hang on, let me consume this without the visuals to make sure they've got.
They've got some substance.
We still did.
We hook them in with our visuals, and then we keep them around for these stunning intellectual content.
That's right. So there you go. 5 stars. Thank you, Hannah Banan.
Thank you very much. And then also don't forget, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group. It's called the League of Show Sharers because we are hoping you will share an episode. People who were kind enough to share an episode last week include 2 weeks ago, Librarian Cynthia, Jason McLean, Julianne Jordan, Brendan McGuckin, Ralph Tribble, Tom Dowdy, Glenn Cougar, Melon Brewer, Gabriel Lugo, Chris Magic Man, Michael Tonkovic, Richard Krotzer, Heather Sachs, Taylor Ward, Joe Faubert, Doug Boehner. Got it right this time, Doug.
Boehner.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah, it is. I'm just reiterating.
Okay. Edit Photo Gamer, Spoiler Piece Theater, Colby Mack, Ronnie Castle, In Session Film, Mike and Oscar, Geek to Me Radio, Ryan Terry, Nostalgia Cast, and Batman Rye Guys. So thank you very much for sharing an episode. And then don't forget we have a Patreon, patreon.com/Real Spoilers, where for $5 a month you get all sorts of bonus content, and we like. And and YouTube. Yeah, we're over there, so you should look at us because apparently, according to Hannah, we are smoke shows.
Smoke shows.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Silver foxes, if you will.
Right now, if Hannah's still listening, it's not what I said.
Yeah, see, if you can find a photo of us from 13 years ago when we started, we didn't have so much gray.
Yeah, there's a lot of gray that's popped up in these beards.
I did.
You did.
You started. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I didn't have a beard when we started. That's how long we've been doing the show.
I was clean
shaven. No. I don't have that. I don't have that one either. So
he has no beard.
I have no beard.
Are just living happily.
Yes. So anyway, there's all that. Let's dig into the rip. Week two. Tom seeing the movie that we do not do an episode on.
In my okay, we were gonna do 28 years later. There was a mix-up with the guest who I thought was on board. Wasn't on board, and then Kevin was gone, and then Tom had some stuff, and then I had some stuff. So the original plan last week, you were going to get an episode on the Bone Temple. Sorry.
Can't blame me for that one. I set that up over a week in advance. I said, run with it, get a guest.
I should have checked with the guest. I thought the guest was on board. I did not check with the guest. The guest was not on board. You know what? It was Matt Basler. It was not, but it was not Matt. It was not Matt's fault. I misunderstood. It was not Matt's fault. It was my fault. So this is, I think this movie is kind of important just in that this could be what we're looking at in the next 5 years is big name actors, big budgets, movies at home. Like, if this WB sale goes through, this is what we're doing. So buckle in.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think that if they're going to keep the Warner's brand, I think now that theatrical might shorten, or they might be a lot quicker to pull something out if it's underperforming.
Sure.
But I think that if they're going to buy a legacy brand like that, I do believe that they're going to try and keep that theatrical window to some degree.
I hope so. I really do.
I do too.
They've promised that that's what they're going to do. They've said that they're going to stick to what's going to release in the slate now. It sounds like they've kind of expanded that to be like, hey, whoa, we're going to take care of this brand. We're still going to support theatrical releases. I'm not saying you can believe everything huge corporations say, but I think it'd be a shame and it would be kind of silly to buy it up because...
Isn't it... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, what's the point? I mean, you can license movies, you can buy licensed WB stuff. Like, if you don't want to actually use it and make movies and release them, like the storied studio, why buy it?
Isn't it
other
funny
than the
that
news channels or whatever?
A massive corporation like Warner Brothers, who has two bidders, right? One that is, I'm not saying the contracts are signed, but I feel like once Warner Brothers says, "Hey, we're going with Netflix," other companies can't come. But apparently, I'm wrong because Baby Boy Ellison, who only has his daddy's money to play with, says, "No, I want that toy."
Well,
and
they want to take over the media.
Totally.
The whole point is that you got to understand that with Paramount, now owning CBS News, and you've got CNN would be a part of Warner Brothers.
Is that part of the deal, though?
TikTok, which is one of the fastest growing news platforms.
Was CNN part of the deal? I thought it was just
with Netflix. It's not. I think Netflix is spinning off, but Paramount wants to buy it all to take over CNN.
I see. Okay,
and change it to whatever they want.
I'm not going to lie. The way and them are trying to gobble things up, it reminds me of people buying radio stations in the 90s. They're buying legacy media right as legacy media is losing all of its value. And so I do see a version of events where they buy up all this stuff, but none of it ends up ultimately mattering because it's not the way people are consuming media anymore. It used to be if you owned 6 radio stations in the market, you had a license to print money, and now it's just a money pit. Nobody wants. I mean, you can't make money there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a matter of just buying them and ultimately shutting them down eventually, just making sure there's no channel for the other side. And then again, like I said, the eldest Ellison, same Oracle, the same company the son's involved in, they've got a huge stake in TikTok US, which that is how most people get their news now, the younger generation. So like they are swallowing up all news distribution. I mean, the writing's on the wall. It's clear as day what they're doing.
Right.
And it's scary.
And it is interesting to see Warner Brothers just be like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, we're not selling. We're not going back on this deal. I mean, I wish I could remember where it was.
Because I think they know, no matter what they try to do, and as bad as Zaslav is just trying to get paid and whatever, I think most people understand that Netflix actually is there to release movies and make movies,
right?
Whatever platform it's on, where Paramount has a completely different agenda.
Yeah, I thought that I read somewhere that...
Do you want your media conglomerate to be chaotic evil?
You're not wrong.
If you're gonna pick one of the two, though, it's like Netflix does seem to actually care about releasing movies, and they don't necessarily care about making a profit.
Yeah, well, I think it was interesting. Like, somebody, I don't know if it was an insider said that the reason that Warner Brothers didn't know where the money was coming from. They're like, you're in bed with allegedly the Saudis. Like, we're not doing that, and then it was like, we don't know if we enter this deal with these other people. They are a very litigious company, like a people. The Ellisons, I guess, are, and they were. I think the theory is that people on the board were worried that we enter this deal, and then, at midnight, right before the deal is signed, they're going to change the deal. Yeah. It's like Vader and Lando, like that's what it is,
or the president.
Correct.
But the good news is Netflix changed their deal to an all-cash deal.
They did.
Which is what Paramount said they would do. So they at least have that where it's like it's all cash. If they're going to meet the same, standards, then they really don't have anything to argue against other than to say like, oh, vertical integration. But what's the difference with Paramount?
But it's funny that they're just like, Dad, they said I can't have it. Let's sue them. Let's sue them and try to get it. Exactly. I want it. And so it's just like, shut the fuck up.
But what Affleck and Damon are doing with this film,
this is interesting.
But it isn't that different from a filmmaking standpoint, because we have big name actors making streaming movies on Netflix for the last decade.
We did.
What is different is for the cast and crew to have it be an equity profit sharing. That has not happened, and that is the way that actors, I think, have been getting paid for a long time. But the crew, they get paid whether the movie gets 100,000 streams or 100 million streams. Right. It's the same. And so Affleck and Damon, who have been big proponents of taking care of people in the industry and like fighting for, people to get paid. And of course, huge proponents of the theatrical ecosystem in general. Like they are saying, oh, well, if we're going to do this big movie, we're going to lend our names, but we want to make sure that the people that made it get to share in the success of it.
And I do think that is the more interesting part as well. When we get to, I don't know, whatever big tentpole Warner Brothers movie comes out in 5 years, a Wonder Woman movie, is that the new deal? Is that instead of getting points on the back end of something, do you get points for, this hit 100,000 streams? Here's your cut of that, and like, will
maybe they will.
And will that trickle? I hate using the word trickle down because it never works, but does that trickle down to the grips and the set designers and like all those people?
Still don't understand the business model though. Like I understand the intent here, but like at the end of the day, if it reaches X number of streams, it's still like people either have Netflix or they don't, right? Like it doesn't actually generate revenue. Like if it goes like directly on a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Like if Netflix stops putting out, quality content, then their subscription rate will presumably drop. But it's not like, I watched 3 things on Netflix last night, but that doesn't act money in their pocket. I already paid my $15 a month or whatever it costs now. So like I don't understand the whole like we'll reward you at a certain number of streams because it doesn't actually put more money in their pocket, because
that makes sense.
If you make one thing that gets 1 million things or 3 things that get 400,000 streams, but those 3 things each cost and what the one big thing did, you're better off with that. So like I don't understand. It doesn't. I don't know how you quantify the cash value of these things.
I do think also that maybe this changes their idea of leaving things in theaters. I mean, K-pop Demon Hunters was a Netflix thing, and that made buku bucks in theaters. The Stranger Things finale, they put in theaters for what, a day, 2 days? I mean, I was going to take Bella to go see it, and as soon as those tickets were announced, like they were available for purchase, they were gone.
They got sold out everywhere,
which is and that's
it
a
just
TV
shows
show.
You the demand, like it's crazy for them to pass on free money like that. Just dual release things. Like I'm not saying put theatrical things on streaming, but streaming things, throw them in theaters with digital distribution. There's no downside.
The dual release thing, I always do think is interesting because wasn't that second Halloween movie was dual released, right?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that it was, and it's still. Shut up. It still made a bunch of money.
Yeah.
One of those was, you're right, because I remember I watched it on streaming. You went to the theater, if I remember correctly.
Because he was a COVID denier. Is that right? And so
no, as someone that had it.
And
hey, Cap.
and Joe was like, ICE agents. Like that.
God damn it.
Joe went with his fellow ICE agents to the theater.
Yeah, we all wore masks.
Well, you wore masks, but it wasn't for COVID.
No, it was just Michael Myers masks.
But so anyway, I do think it's interesting. But now talking about the film itself, like this is very much a chamber piece type of movie. Once they get to the location, they're in the safe house. It reminds me of the movie called Drop House or whatever, but it reminds me of Safe House and the way that you get people together in one location. There's a bunch of crazy stuff going on around it. I really liked the idea of it.
It reminds me a lot of Assault on Precinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
I mean, it was
kind of wanted more of.
You feel like you've seen it before, but
technically a remake of Lesson, right?
A remake of what?
I guess it's a remake of Fort Apache, maybe. There's a Western where they're all trapped. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think you're right.
If you haven't seen Assault on Precinct, not the Ethan Hawke one,
the
original one by John Carpenter. It is incredible. It's so good. It is, but it is like this. It's a police station that's closing. They send this guy to like go check. He's like, you're just gonna work the desk. That's all you got to do. And of course, on this last day of this place that's understaffed, a gang decides to attack the police station, and it's like one cop and a secretary, and that's about it, and a criminal, which is kind of the tag. But this is very similar, and this one, and I like Joe Carnahan. I've liked almost everything. Smoking Aces. He did a flick called Stretch with Patrick Wilson, who I think is great. Did he do The Gray with Liam Neeson?
Yeah,
is that
I
him?
believe so. The Gray and what was the other one? Hold on. Cop Shop. He did that Gerard Butler movie.
That's a good movie,
right? That we were all surprised by. I believe.
Yeah, that's he didn't do Bullet Train, did he?
No.
Okay, but Cop Shop had no business being. It's almost like Smoking Aces, where it's like, what is why is this? Why is that movie that good?
Yeah, I know. So I love Smoking Aces.
It's so good.
After watching this, and I was reminded, I'm like, I got to watch that again. It's been too long.
And it's got peak Ryan Reynolds.
It's got Ryan Reynolds. It's got Jason Bateman. It's got Chris Pine. It's got so many people.
It's got Ben Affleck. Not for long. Spoilers for Smoking Aces.
But I really liked this movie. What this did was it's the assault on Precinct 13 thing, but then you also have the intrigue of something like The Departed, of who's the dirty cop, what's going on, and it keeps you guessing throughout it, where you think like, who this guy's the bad guy. Wait a minute, is this a red herring? What's this guy up to over here? And
you said The Departed, and as I was watching it, I was like, man, this is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen Matt Damon be a villain. And I was just, and as soon as you said The Departed, I was like, oops. He's the villain the entire time.
But it's a very similar thing to where I was really engaged with trying to pick up on the little clues and spoilers as we do here, but like he's giving people a whole bunch of different information. He's looking at these messages about this stash house and everything, and you're just like, what the hell is happening? And the movie opens with is it the chief of the police department?
She's like the major.
Okay, it opens with this police officer being killed, and so there's the mystery of who did it. There's two guys that murder her, and then he gets this message, and you hear that there's all these dirty cops, taking drug money and taking drugs for themselves and selling it, and this is based on a real thing that happened in Miami.
One of my favorite parts of this movie is this gal who works on the team is being interviewed by two feds, and she's like, "You work for the TNT team." And she's like, it's just TNT. Like, it's
ATM
not
ATM machine.
Yeah, she's like, it's not. You don't say the team twice. And I was like, that is one of the, like, there are moments in this where it's like, I don't know if they talked to real cops, but like that's one of those things that a real cop would say, like in an interview like that, where you're like, you idiots. Like, it's not that. It's what this is.
But Joe Carnahan does have a good writing style. Like, I enjoy his writing, and I think back to things like Smoking Aces, and like that's the kind of dialogue that, for instance, I watched Dogma recently. They just released this 30th
4K,
anniversary
right?
4K Blu-ray, that was great. And so I watched it again, and it reminded me how good of a writer Kevin Smith was back then, how his movies, his dialogue in a early Tarantino way, he just had that such witty dialogue about the way that people talked. You felt like the way real people would talk.
Did you see Muse on that weird 1800s detective show?
No.
Have you seen this?
He
stars, I don't know what it is, but it's some detective show set in like the 1800s.
Oh wow.
And he is Jay, but from the 1800s. He's like, I just got out of jail, and I no longer see Mute Robert. He's like, we don't really hang out anymore. The guy's like, Mute Robert, and it didn't click right away. I was like, what the? Like, it's Silent Bob.
Murdoch Mysteries.
Yeah. Yes.
Murdoch he's like looks like a Peaky Blinders chap, and the hat and everything.
And he's like, he just showed up on the show, and when he said Mute Robert, and I was like, what is happening, where they just reference Silent Bob?
He's apparently a huge fan of the show, is what I'm seeing, and they wrote him in kind of like they wrote him into The Flash, and Kevin Smith directed an episode. They're fans, they're super fans, and they know they have an audience. So it's just like we talked about with movies, putting YouTubers in them because they have such a huge audience. I think it's really smart. Get Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
He says Snoochie Boochies in the show, and the other detectives like, Snoochie Boochies, governor. Yeah, I was like, this is crazy.
Does he tuck his junk in his legs and dance? Does he do that?
Well, that's in his contract.
It's all the rage. It's all the rage. Civil War.
Yeah.
So I mostly like this movie once it got to the house, but everything about the setup I hated. I just
really
it was just so and with their tough. It felt very Fast and Furious to me, and I could not.
I can see that for sure.
I hated the 70s movie so much. I was just like, I
get what you're saying.
I was like, I hope y'all get the guy. I was like, I didn't like anything.
What
once
they were doing.
Once it got to the house and became what it becomes, I was like, oh, okay, this is good. But I will also say, and when we're talking about the theatrical releases, Netflix, if Netflix does end up owning Warner Brothers and they keep with the theatrical window, I wonder if they will also continue to control the way the movies are made. So it
looks like a Netflix movie, right?
When not only that, but it's structured like a Netflix movie, right? They spoon feed you what the plot is. Like the one part I laughed out loud at when get the phone call and they were like, if you don't get out of the house, we will attack it in 10 minutes. And I was like, that's a call from a Netflix executive. Like, he's letting you know it's okay. In 10 minutes, there will be an action scene. It's okay.
I thought I saw a clip
minutes.
from Matt Damon where
so
Netflix does kind of mandate that they reiterate the plot every 20 to 30 minutes.
They talked about it on the Rogan podcast, which I saw articles referencing because I don't listen to that. But
because it's terrible.
And even then, even if I loved Joe Rogan, 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, man,
that's a lot.
Unlike your core demo, I have a job. And so
I used to listen to it at work, back before COVID when it was just really funny.
Would you listen to the whole 3 hours though? Is it so?
You just put it on the background. You work more than 3 hours a day. It's like radio.
Depends what you have going on. Does his interview goes 3 hours, or does the show go 3 hours?
Well, he has a guest on that will be a guest the whole time, and
they come on immediately and they're there the whole time.
It's not like Conan where they talk and then there's a guest and they talk again.
Can I tell you my favorite part of Conan is when they talk? Sometimes I don't give a shit. I will fast forward through the guest
they have a great rapport. Yeah,
the three of them are so good.
Great. I love Conan. I can't wait for the Oscars to see him host it. Anything Conan's great. I just watched the part 1 of the Mel Brooks documentary that's on HBO Max.
How was that?
Really, really good. Conan does some interviews. It's always great seeing him. But if you love Mel Brooks and classic comedy stuff, they go all the way from the beginning, before the show of shows, like him growing up and what got him into comedy and doing Catskill stuff, being a waiter and coming up and filling in for comedians when they got sick or injured or whatever, and it's fascinating. I got all the way up through Blazing Saddles, and then part 2 will be like that to current. So they're both out now, and they definitely will be during this episode. But really, really good. I watched that, and then another pick on Disney. There's a new documentary by the granddaughter of Oob Iwerks, who was the animator for Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah, Oob Bowles. Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah. So his granddaughter puts together this documentary. She went through 200 hours of unseen footage about the building of Disneyland, and you see just the construction workers and them building stuff and goofing around and the troubles they went through. It's fascinating. If you're a Disney buff, that's
the Disney Handmade doc. Is that what it's called?
Handmade. Yep, it's the granddaughter.
I will also
Ube Iwerks, or I
thought it was but either way, I will point out.
It's really Ube, but everyone says
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I will point out, if you don't have Disney Plus, that documentary is also streaming for free on the YouTube.
It is. It's on the Disney or Disney Parks YouTube channel in full.
Yeah.
So check it. It is, if you're a Disney buff, I just got back from Disneyland, so watching it was really cool to see how it was built. I just saw it all.
Did you do the Guardians?
The Tower of Terror Guardians, the roller coasters in Florida. I was in California.
Okay.
I don't go to Florida.
Seems fair.
But that's a really cool ride, though, the way they retheme Tower of Terror. It's funny. In the queue, you get to go into the collector's place and see all his weird collection, and you get to go into a room where like Rocket breaks in and he talks to you, and then he steals Star-Lord's Walkman back out of the case of the collector. It's just funny. It's like it's part of the canon. Like it's between 2 and 3, I think. It's all like the way they do their rides is they tell a story, and it's like canon to stuff. And
anyway, they can actually do Marvel stuff there.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So check out that documentary if you're a Disney buff. So, but anyway, back to this movie.
Yeah, this one, it's all, once they get to the house, it's all like, who do you trust?
Right.
And they throw enough. I kind of thought of it as Deadpool, where Deadpool was like, we're just going to throw 5 million jokes at you as fast as we can. Some are going to hit, some you're going to miss, some you're going to not be good, but it's not going to matter. Because every time you turned around, you were like, well, that's the bad guy. Well, okay, that's the bad guy. Well, maybe not. Maybe this is, like...
But
so
it keeps you guessing and engaged.
It does.
I really liked that you were like, and there's Steven Yeun is in it, and you're like, what is he the bad guy? And you got Kyle Chandler, who you're like, definitely the bad guy. But it keeps you guessing. You're like, who is it? And I really like the way they set it up with Damon as the red herring character, who like you see that he keeps looking at his phone with his kid. You find out he lost his child. His marriage is torn apart because of the loss of their child.
But here's the thing: is they kind of allude to that this kid has cancer.
Yeah,
it's not until they reveal.
They say it.
They do. That's true. But they say that once the reveal happens that the kid is dead, it's like, well, then he wouldn't be the bad guy. Like,
what do you mean?
Well, like it'd be one thing if he was
has
paying
nothing to lose.
But if he was paying for like medical bills, or
he was
maybe he is. Yeah.
They do say he's in like medical debt.
Yeah. And just because your kid dies, true. It's not like you get that guarantee. Like
you don't get that. You don't get that money back.
You still owe
like
the
you guys
money.
didn't. Yeah, you guys didn't do your job. I'm not paying for this.
But the writing of this movie did remind me of something like a Reservoir Dogs, or just one of those chamber
crazy.
No, but I mean, Reservoir Dogs is self-contained, right? Where you're trying to solve a mystery of who can you trust, kind of thing, right? And so this movie, they're in this stash house, and the whole thing.
Spoilers for Reservoir Dogs.
None of them. But it's that type of writing, and you talk about the comedic element where there's jokes, and I think I just feel like the screenplay is very reminiscent of something like that I hadn't seen for a while, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining, and
this is an interesting throwback to like a low down, dirty 1980s. Not so much straight to video. Like on the cusp of like straight to video. You know what I mean? Like it's got like the. This
like a Boondock Saints type of movie where it's like well done, but it's kind of a video thing.
Throwback to one of our very first deep fried taco episodes.
It would have starred Roy Scheider.
yes. But this reminded me a little bit of Action Jackson, where like it was like it's on the cusp of straight to DVD or straight to video to a failure theatrically, but like finds a second life on home video. Like that's what this reminds me of.
Like if I paid to see this in theaters, I would not be disappointed. I thought this was a good time.
And I'm even less disappointed that I didn't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you know what I mean? But you judge like, sometimes you buy the movie, you buy the food, you buy a couple tickets, whatever. And like, and that's what's keeping a lot of people from theaters is like you spend all this money and then if it's a bummer and you're like, oh, I could have waited 3 weeks. It's like, oh crap. But if, you go see a movie and
it's weird that this lives on Netflix, but Mercy got a theatrical release.
That's what I'm saying.
That is very strange. That is very strange.
I said it. I think I said it before the recording, but I was out of town when the guys chose Mercy and before the big snowstorm. And from seeing a preview on YouTube or something, I saw some kind of a clip and it said Amazon MGM or whatever, I believe. And so I presumed it was on Prime. I didn't assume. Okay, I presumed.
Oh, okay.
So don't give me any crap, Joe.
That makes it free out of you and me.
That's right.
So
now wait a minute.
So precog like Minority Report apparently.
Yeah.
So what?
Cog?
Cog. Okay.
cog.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is a crappy streaming movie. We'll do it. I can get home and watch it the next day on Prime.
How nice of the guys to pick a streaming movie for me.
Yeah, I thought it was really nice.
Yeah,
yeah, I thought it was really nice. So anyway, not a streaming movie, but you're right. It definitely seems like it will be very soon, based on the response.
I look at like something like F1. That was an Apple movie, and Apple left it in theaters for
they put in theaters,
a little bit longer than most.
Good chunk of money on it too.
They did,
and then it got nominated for Best Picture. No,
that's wild.
No. It was one of my favorite movies of the year, though.
Would you put it in
good.
Like the Best
There's
Picture?
10 choices. There's 10 of them. Name not 10 other movies
Superman.
that are better. Is Superman better than F1 as a
$1,000,000%? Yeah.
I mean, I love it.
I would say Housemaid over F1. Like, I enjoyed F1 for what it was, but to you're a Best Picture of the year? Oh hell, that's crazy.
There's
Steve.
10 slots. I just am curious, but I'm sure you can find them. But I would be curious if at some point you're bored, put together 10 movies over F1. Like, I think it could be in the top 10.
I do wonder if Sinners is going to be the new Silence of the Lambs.
I can't believe 16 record-breaking 16 nominations out of 24
Did you
categories?
see the meme of the dad from Get Out that said I would have given it 17 nominations?
Oh. No, I didn't.
Bradley Whitford, is that who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sinners is so good.
It's so good, but like I do wonder, do I think it's going to sweep the big ones? Probably not.
No, I think we'll have more nominations, but I mean that's huge for a movie to have that. Just having the nominations and to say nominated for 16 Oscars, that's incredible.
There's the other thing that I hope is a lesson that people take away from Sinners getting all those Oscar nominations, which is you don't have to put them all out in November and December. Like,
that's true.
I know so many times people are afraid if you put out a really good movie February or March, that by the time the voting comes around, people will forget about it. And so I'm hoping that maybe this is the beginning of them getting out of that, just stacking everything in a 6-week period.
Was that a summer release?
Stupid. I think that was like March, wasn't it?
Oh man, really?
Sounds familiar.
That'd be great.
It came out really early in the year, especially for I don't want to call it awards bait because I don't feel like he made it that big. But
no.
And
he's another one that doesn't miss.
June 3rd.
Really, I thought it was earlier than that. Okay, but June.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was streaming. My bad. April 18th. It was real early.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, he's another guy that I think I feel like he's not taking projects he's not invested in.
No, I mean ever since Fruitvale Station,
even Black Panther. Like Black Panther we've talked about it. Like you're playing in somebody else's sandbox, but he
made it. Right?
He made it.
Black Panther now is what he created. Like you know what I mean? Like that movie was so influential.
He built that world.
He made Black Panther. Now the comics emulated, the games emulated, the rides, everything.
I think because Black Panther was a lesser character in the pantheon of comic books.
Sure. No, I don't disagree.
Iron Man.
Yeah, like Iron Man was before it became Iron Man, right? And
right.
That he had, they allowed him a freedom that he would have never gotten if he had taken on Spider-Man or Superman.
No, because of that movie, it launched a comic that was finally allowed to. Not that the talent that was on it before wasn't top tier, but you were getting A-list talent on a book, that maybe doesn't get top tier A-list talent. Like Ta-Nehisi Coates, I think was writing Black Panther for a long time. So this one, like once they're in the house and they realize Sasha Cale, so Supergirl, not anymore, but Supergirl for about 45 minutes.
Is she the CW Supergirl?
No, she's the Flash Supergirl.
Oh, the Flash. Right. Yeah, that's right.
She's in this house and they bring this like money sniffing dog around and they're like, there's money here. They do it's
I
kind
would like
of
to adopt one of those dogs.
It was a very cute dog.
Is there a retired money dog that would need a good home? I would be
happily take that money sniffing dog.
On many walks.
This is the part that I think is just, we've talked about this before, where sometimes things happen in a movie that mimic the real world, and it's not a statement. It's just one of those weird things that happens. They basically go to this house and bull their way in. And I do think this is eerily reminiscent of what we're dealing with right now in places in the United States.
Well,
where
they don't have to make up a reason now.
Jesus Christ. You're not wrong. But I mean, like, just the whole thing of knocking on a door and kind of saying, you know, we can come in, or we have this. We can... being the... if you don't let us do this, it's going to get worse for you.
Well, it's one of those cop tricks, so to speak, where it's like, oh, we're looking for drugs, and the person's like, oh, well, I don't have drugs. Sure, come on in, and then they bring their money.
Like, by the way, now that we're inside, we have a reason
cause.
to So they end up going to this attic, and it's very clean compared to the rest of the house, and they knock
that line got a big laugh out of me when they're like, why is it so clean up here? I don't know, why do you care? Well, because the rest of your house looks like a junkyard or whatever. I just thought it was so funny the way they delivered that.
I appreciate that actually both of them aren't using... I like that this is in Miami and not Boston.
They're not using Boston
They're not using their Boston accents.
Applesauce.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh no, what are we gonna do, Will? So they go and they end up like finding like a trap door, and they find like these buckets. And the original tip is that there was $300,000 somewhere in this house.
I think the original tip was nothing, because
they just said
did it just
it just said
a
money.
Dollar figure. It just had dollar signs. It never had a dollar figure.
And there was no tip. So come to find out, spoilers, but the mystery of this movie as it starts to unravel, the sergeant or whoever was in charge that dies in the beginning, the major who was having a relationship with Ben Affleck's character, so he's super invested, as opposed, in addition to it being a team member. She, before she dies, is about to send this text message, and so you don't see if she actually does. You figure that she does, but she throws it in the water before she dies. But come to find out, what Damon is looking at on his phone and you think is the tip, there was never a tip, we find out, and that was actually her message to him. So she was already working on this stash house, and so she gives him the tip.
With Sasha Cale, right? Like Sasha Cale knew.
She was an informant or snitch type of person, so she may have been working with her. I believe so. But so Damon's plan, again, spoilers for the reveal of this thing, but he gets everybody on his team together to see who the rat is, to see who is working against them, and to kind of trap them, because otherwise, and to find the killer of the major.
Right.
And so that message never has an amount, but like I said earlier, he's telling his team members, when they ask how much money's in this stash house, he says 300 to one. He says 150 to Stephen Yeun. He says 75 to one of the others. And at first you think, like, oh, why is he lying? There's something tricky here. You think he's up to no good, but come to find out, he did that to see, well, the only person that knows these amounts is who I've told, and he's playing them the whole time.
Right.
So it's really clever.
When we get the reveal of Kyle Chandler and he says an amount, he's like, nah, that's not what I did. That's not.
And Kyle Chandler's like, oh, as you know from earlier, there's no overtime, so I sent my whole crew home. It's just me and my big armored truck.
It's every time you turn around, you're just like, God damn it, is this the guy the bad guy? Like, what are we? I will say, I am very much looking forward.
Green Lantern.
I really wanted Hal Jordan to be Timothy Olyphant. Like, if he was going to be like an old, grizzled Green Lantern training the new John Stewart.
Maybe you will. There's a lot of Green Lanterns.
That's true. I can still get it. I can still happen.
Yeah,
but
you could still have it.
I saw that once I saw that picture.
Oh, Snyder. He could be in the Snyderverse.
Don't you dare. Don't you? No, he already has his Green Lantern.
You can't swing a dead Catwoman without hitting a Green Lantern.
But when I saw that picture of Aaron Pierre standing next to Kyle Chandler, and Kyle Chandler has like the beat up bomber jacket, and his hair is kind of messed up, and he's got the stubble, and I was like, this show better not suck, because that looks real cool.
I like Kyle Chandler.
I do too.
Every time I see him pop up, I'm kind of surprised, and I've come to be excited that he's in a movie, because he really seems to take roles and have fun with them. You know what I mean? Every role that he takes, it seems like he's all in. And I enjoyed him in this movie, playing this DEA agent, like, you know, this kind of tough guy, but little comedic relief type.
You got to go back and watch Friday Night Lights. That show.
It's on my list.
It is so good.
It's so hard to. Okay,
it's
maybe
so good
someday.
What's it? Was it on? Is it on? Is it streaming on something?
I think it was. It might be on Peacock.
It's always streaming.
God damn it! I just canceled Peacock.
Or maybe it's on
just
Netflix
buy it when
now.
it goes for $20 on sale. You got to just buy it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but it's so
But
good.
anyway.
Yeah, so like they keep giving, but as they're uncovering these tubs, they realize there's so much more. Like they've got bundles. They've got
$20 million.
They've got bundles that say 400,000. They've got all these bundles are different, and Affleck is looking at these numbers and he's like, "Uh-oh, we have made we've made a mistake."
Yeah.
Because this is way more money than we were anticipating. So we've walked ourselves into something.
And I love that, where first of all, you don't know who the good and bad guys are. And second of all, when they find this much money, you're like, holy crap, they are messing with someone big.
Right.
And you don't know what's about to come down.
And I like that. I think everybody involved, with the exception of the bad guys, are like, oh no. Yeah. We are in trouble. Like, we should not have found. It's even as cops, these kind of this badass like tactical team are all just kind of like,
well, yeah, because there's a whole cartel out there that they're 6 really well trained cops.
Also,
or
this
whatever,
has got the gal from One Battle After Another. The pregnant gal.
Yeah, she was just Tiana Taylor.
She was just on SNL last night.
Yeah, she was Best Actress nomination.
Yeah,
for
and she
Oscars,
deserves
yeah.
it. That was incredible.
Yep.
She has a very funny sequence where she is like an old grandpa man.
Best Supporting Actress. Sorry.
Okay,
but
she's in old grandpa makeup at a wedding. If you haven't seen the clip, the sketch, it's insanely funny.
You know what? I haven't watched SNL this season. I must admit, I haven't watched one episode of it.
I don't know that I ever watch.
But
I don't watch episodes. I will tune in for the funny clips.
Yeah, well, I'll watch usually Weekend Update every week, but I don't know. Something about SNL, I just don't know what the deal is, but I just haven't found the interest in it this season. I can't exactly say why.
I like the cast. There are pieces that I'm kind of like, okay, like this. I'm worried that I'm starting to age out.
That might be it too. I just don't know.
I think we've hit that maybe.
But so anyway, going back to the money thing, the other thing is that they find all this money and Damon's character is not following protocol. You're supposed to call it in. You're supposed to do this count, get the armored vehicles or whatever to come get the cash, your backup and everything. And Damon is like, no, we're not going to call this in. It's too big. I want to get a handle on this. And he's being very sketchy about the whole thing.
Yeah. And even Affleck is just kind of like, hey, man.
This isn't how this is supposed to work. Yeah.
And even he, like, I do think he doesn't really give us to me, Affleck is the one, I never get the vibe that he's the bad guy. Like, I don't think oh no, that's not true. When him and Stephen Yeun are outside and Stephen Yeun's like, hey, there's a light flashing like off in the distance. And Affleck goes to check it out by himself. Also, nope. Yeah. That never happens unless it's like absolutely necessary.
Or would you turn your back on Matt Damon when he says go back to the house?
Nope.
After he's just
I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk.
Backward.
Oh my God! There is a scene, man. Where? Oh, it's that scene. So Stephen Yeun, they do have Matt Damon and Stephen Yeun have that confrontation. Stephen Yeun turns around to walk away. The way it's shot is really smart. And if you pay attention, you can hear Matt Damon flick the safety off of his gun. Yeah. And I was like, and nothing, and then, of course, Stephen Yeun puts enough distance between him and then Damon turns around and walks away. And it was one of those moments where I was like, oh.
Intense. It was
but
intense.
It was a
and
good, like, it was the sound editing where it was just like the little click of the safety. Where I was
safety off, yeah. But the other thing is, now that Matt Damon was suspecting Stephen Yeun as being the bad guy, so he was not the bad guy intimidating a good guy.
in that when we find that out later, yes, but in that moment,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's a great head fake because you think Matt Damon's the bad guy based on all the sketchy stuff. I think if you've seen enough movies, they're alluding to it's going to be a head fake. But
you're supposed though. Like, here's the thing: is if this
you really thought Matt Damon was going to be the bad guy from the jump? Like,
I gotta tell you, I didn't know. Like
no,
they give you enough twists. Or they make you suspect enough people where I didn't know what.
Beginning of this movie, thinking the whole team was dirty and that they were stealing all the time.
I thought that the flip was going to be that Matt Damon was the good guy and everybody else was in on it.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
I mean, there's a lot of ways it could go, but that's the great part of this movie, though, is you're engaged. It keeps you guessing.
Here's the thing: the end of that movie, when the two gals are driving away in the shot up car with all the buckets in them. Yeah. They do have the money. They've got it.
No, but you think they're out.
Yeah. Oh, right. That's it sounds like
when they're loading up what you think is the armored vehicle with the money, she's even throwing a fit. She's like, you're cutting me out of this, stealing the money from me. Like at that point he's looped everybody in.
Yeah.
And you like they're putting on a show, Kyle Chandler, but this is one of those things like a lesser quality movie. Characters behave in a way that tricks the viewer, but serves no purpose within the
sure.
In, right? It's only where in this case, like when you go back and think about it, like no, it makes total sense. Like he had already looped them in and was trying to convince Kyle Chandler.
It's a Sherlock Holmes. It's a Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes kind of thing, where everything plays out how you see it, and then at the end it's like, because there's a scene where Matt Damon goes in to talk to the two female detectives, and he's like, "Hey, look, we're gonna steal this money. We're gonna do this. Blah 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 blah." Sasha Cale hears all of this, and as soon as Stephen Yeun walks back in, and Stephen Yeun, who has built a career on kind of being the good guy, he's always the good guy, I think. Right? Because he's invincible. He's the good guy in Mayhem, technically. He's the good guy in The Walking Dead until...
Beef.
Is he the bad guy in Beef?
I don't think there isn't a good guy in Beef.
There's two bad guys in Beef, see?
They're all kind of horrible.
That show's
people.
Incredible, Joe.
Oh, it's
you
so
need
fun.
to watch that.
Okay.
So good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how good it was. I watched it after Tom told me. I finally watched it later, a year later or whatever, and I was like, holy crap, this is an exciting show.
I'll have to give it a look.
It's really good.
Yeah, she immediately, and he has a very trustworthy, like his facial acting he's very trustworthy.
Yeah. He's got this innocent boy next door kind of quality about him where you want to trust him.
Yeah.
Joe, I found one.
What?
Warner Brothers executive in Space Jam: A New Legacy. Now that can't be
he
a
is
good
the bad guy.
That is
he is
villain.
a bad
so
guy. For sure.
If you were brushed up on your Stephen Yeun,
sorry,
you would know.
If you haven't seen Invincible, I cannot recommend that enough. Season 4 or 5, I think, is coming out soon.
I only saw season 1, so I got.
You got some stuff that's gonna happen. Yeah. So when she immediately looks at Stephen Yeun and says, "Hey, this guy, Matt Damon just said he's gonna steal all this money," and he was like, okay, and the way he plays it, you're like, okay, he's because now we know that he has a burner phone on him, but we don't know who he's texting.
Right.
So all hell breaks loose. The Kyle Chandler shows up because
there's a shootout. So the thing is, the mysterious person on the phone says, "You've got 10 minutes before we kill you all. Get out of there with the $150,000."
Yeah, it was Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, with the voice changer.
Yeah.
And then so all of a sudden there's this shootout and everything, but now we've got this info that the caller knows there's 150,000. So come to find out, and if you remember, he only told Stephen Yeun the drop or the stash was 150,000. So they say that big shootout, most of the shooters get away. Then there's like a lookout for the cartel, and they end up working with him and talking to the head of the cartel.
Which is kind of the moment with Affleck where it's like he kind of walks out with this guy, and you're like, oh man, why are you friendly with that guy?
Right. It's another kind of head fake, but then basically the head of the cartel is like, hey, we know how expensive it is to kill a cop. We're cutting our losses. We're walking away from this. Do whatever you want with the money.
It is wild. And I do like that both Affleck and Damon are like, look, if they're willing to walk away from $20 million, like I think Affleck may even say he's like, this is chump change to them. Well, they don't care about this. They're like, making so much money.
Expensive is what he says. So he's like, it's a write-off for them at this point. But so the head of the cartel says, we did not order this hit. So now you know it's someone with inside information.
Right.
We also saw 2 local cops pull up that were really shady, and he recognized one of them as the ex-task force that was disbanded earlier.
Well, they even say earlier where they're not going to clue in this because they're not in Miami. They're in like a different city. Like a suburb of Miami that's got a different name. And he's like, I'm not telling these cops. These guys are dirtier than anybody.
Right.
I'm not telling them anything.
Isn't it Damon says, I recognize
you? No, it's
you.
Affleck. Affleck is like, yeah, I know you. And he's like, no, you don't. The guy's like,
you've never seen me. And they drive away with their lights off into the dark.
There's
There's
a good line where I think Damon's like, hey, can you kill your roof lights? And everybody's just standing there. And then finally they turn them off. And I was like, boy, oh boy, that is some dick measuring if I've ever seen it.
I was gonna say, but don't you also think that there's like this municipality pissing match that
1,000,000%.
goes on? Like this is my
1,000,000%.
territory. What are you doing on my turf? You know, we police this area. You didn't call us to coordinate. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, you didn't clue us in, and they're both like, no, we didn't.
No, do you see my badge? She's like, do you see the ranking here? So anyway, there's that shootout. They know the money is some kind of inside job. They call Kyle Chandler and Long. You said he mentions the 150 or something.
Yeah,
you're clued in that basically the only people that know the 150 are Stephen Yeun and Kyle Chandler. So Damon now, we'll come to find out, has a really good idea of what's going on. He gets them all in the back of this armored vehicle, leaves the 2 female detectives and the person that lived in the house, Sasha Cale, it was her grandma's house supposedly, leave them behind, and they're in the back of this truck. And then all of a sudden, is it Damon takes out his gun first?
It is kind of like I don't know if this is even appropriate to call it anymore. It's a Mexican standoff. Like I guess that's still okay to say. I don't know, but like they're all kind of positioned against each other. You know, it's kind of the good, the bad, and the ugly. You've got like, yes, very much so, very much so. And it turns out that you think they're focusing on Kyle Chandler because Kyle Chandler says something, and both Affleck and Damon kind of like maneuver towards him.
Well, Damon seems like the bad guy the whole time. If you're not putting the clues together, we still think Damon's the bad guy. Affleck is basically at his throat at this point. Affleck is pushing him around. Like, it's not performative. Affleck thinks Damon's dirty. They're fighting. They're doing all this stuff.
No, that's totally performative. By the time Damon and Affleck
in the back of the car,
because they use that as an excuse to lift the gun off of
take the phone, right,
or the phone rather off the other guy. Yeah,
but before that, the scene in the house where they find, there's a fight. You can tell they're at odds. So it's
yes.
Like, you believe
there is a period of time where Affleck and Damon, like Affleck, very suspicious of Damon, and now I will say it also does the Netflix thing where they give you the flashbacks and they spoon feed you everything that's going on.
We get this earlier in the movie. We see Affleck kind of clearing a house. And we see a shadowy figure coming from behind Affleck with a pistol out.
Who would ever in a dark house where you're surrounded by shootouts walk up to their partner and you actually are a good guy and you know it's them and you point a gun at their face? I mean, you would have a shootout right there. Like, that's dumbest movie red herring thing ever. But I digress. But anyway, he fills them in. But before that, there's a real fight. And then if you don't know about this flashback, until you do, like, you believe that they really are at odds. And so Damon pulls his gun. He's like, I just want to be ready in case something goes down.
And
Affleck pulls his gun out and he's like, okay, well, I'll be ready too. And now Kyle Chandler's kind of looking around like, what's going on, guys? Right? And then here you go, the big reveal where Damon lays it all out. He says the thing about the dollar amount and Stephen Yeun's shady stuff and how Kyle Chandler's being shady, and they know that they're working together.
Well, I do like that they're like, you've been using this burner the entire time. He's like, I took it off of you while we were getting
Stephen Yeun's like, there's no burner. And
Affleck's like, what's this?
What is this? And let's see whose face unlocks it.
Right.
He spells it all out, and essentially he's like, this is your last chance to Stephen Yeun. He's like, just who are you working with? And then he takes the phone and unlocks it, and I think he shows the messages or something. Like we get the we're told that it's Kyle Chandler and Stephen Yeun. Like, it's both of them. And then Kyle Chandler throws Stephen Yeun under the bus. Where he's like, he's the one that killed the captain or the major, and he was like, bull. this was really believable though, because I believe he shoots Steven Yeun in the ear, but then he's perfectly healthy and runs away, and there's no damage to his ears. So that's something that could happen in real life.
Sure,
all the time. Yeah.
Very believable.
It's
actually.
very believable.
So
you have
like
no
that.
cosmetic surgery. You have no blood running. Yeah, it's totally fine.
But Kyle Chandler basically
he still had a bruise on his hand. So, like, I don't know. Is that a continuity error? Is that what we call that?
Could have been. Yeah, right.
So Steven Yeun is now on the ground. He's been shot. He's been kind of beat up or whatever. And Kyle Chandler's like, hey, guys, there's a lot of money here. Let's go. We'll live like kings the rest of our lives. And basically, it's like, well, how are they going to get out of this situation? You've got the bad cop driving, Kyle
Well, here's the thing. Earlier in the movie, there are two FBI agents who are kind of grilling this team about the death of this major, and this one played by Scott Adkins, who I think is a very good action star. He's not a very good actor. He's the fat guy in the suit in John Wick 4.
Oh,
that's him. Like it's the same actor. We find out that that's Affleck's brother.
Yeah, that was a good reveal. They fight, and then it's like, what is
it's
he doing
also
in
good
there?
casting because you could they don't look totally different. Like they look like they could be brothers.
I like it when they ask Damon, like, what's going on there? And he's like, he's fighting with his brother.
Yeah, right. So we find out that Affleck has texted his brother and sent him his location, and he calls.
The truck drives right into the spotlights, and there's
the guy's
all ready
like,
for him.
He's like, we're 5 minutes out, and the cop that we had seen earlier in the movie, the head cop, was like, there are feds everywhere. We need to go. And then there's an accident, and this truck flips.
It's so hard for me to watch like this right now when it's like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, right.
I know. Overall, this is a very difficult movie to watch in current time, just because of it involves all the.
Honestly, it's interesting because the idea of like the rogue cop with the heart of gold, that's willing to kind of do whatever he needs to do to get the bad guy, not a thing. Like
it's funny. It's so funny. I just shared a video on my Facebook feed at like 8:00 this morning talking about that trope, Cobra and Lethal Weapon, and how like
Dirty Harry.
Yeah, Dirty Harry is mentioned in there as well. Like those cops, like, they might be fun to watch, but you don't want to live in a world like that because if there's no oversight, it's totally at the mercy of like this person stays honest. Like it's
Dirty. The
juvenile way to look at the world.
The second Dirty Harry movie is the rogue cop going after roguer cops.
Yeah,
like that's the whole plot of that movie.
And to a lesser extent, even I just rewatched Die Hard 1 through 3. I mean, John McClane's not in his jurisdiction in these movies. Like he's going rogue.
Okay, wait. You can get away with Die Hard 1.
The first one, yes, the first one. But when he goes and flies, he goes to an airport and then he's just starting to shoot things up and go in back secret passageways.
Isn't he he's in New York in the third one, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, he does work. He is in New York working. That's fine. But like in the second one, when he's in the airport of a different state, like
and Sipowicz is like, "Hey, stop shooting at my airport."
Like, yeah, that cop's a jerk, but like he's right. You can't have John McClane just running around shooting people in the airport and going into these like he doesn't have
You know
the
what movie does a really
and especially when he goes to a different country in the name of the US.
You know what movie does that really
international crimes.
What movie does that really well?
What's
is
that?
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop does a really good job of being like when Judge Reinhold and the other guy are like, you can't be like what are you doing? Like you can't do this. He's like, oh, okay,
Exactly.
I'm just gonna put a banana in your tailpipe and do away.
Oh, the old banana in the
old
tailpipe
banana
trick.
tailpipe. So there's Damon goes after Steven Yeun, Kyle Chandler and Ben Affleck kind of get into it, and you get two different versions.
He's literally firing at him with a machine gun.
I guess that's true.
that's
a good point.
That scene.
Those are
He's
also
like,
some.
Joe sees a lot of action.
They're driving side by side, and they're trying to make Ben Affleck look badass. He's got the Tech 9 that he's and he even looking at him, and then reloads and shoots again without looking. And I was like, "You were driving. Like, should that the guy's still next to you.
There is a fun scene.
So lucky. They are so lucky that everyone in Miami goes to bed at 9 p.m. Because if they did that in a different kind of city,
nobody on the streets.
Lots of collateral damage.
Yes. Mm-hmm. There's actually it's actually one of the more badass scenes where Affleck has a shotgun and he's got it wedged between the car and the driver's side mirror, and he's using like the car itself to reload the shot. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know that it would ever work.
This movie, but like between all the intrigue and the who's the bad guy type of stuff, like in between that, there's some good action.
Yeah, I think it's a solid.
Mm-hmm. It still ends.
Joe Carnahan knows action.
It still ends in the empty water drainage from Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Everybody uses it.
That's a different state. That's not right.
Yeah.
Because Miami versus California.
Yeah.
That's Los Angeles. I don't think they have
pretty
that.
Sure I've seen that water way before.
I thought the same thing, but I'm like, they're in Miami. How can that?
Greece. Remember where they raid at the end of Greece in that same thing?
It's the LA River. Yeah.
Yeah. You also see
I was just there. I just saw it.
Yeah. You also see it in the video for Chicago's Along Comes a Woman. Like, it's in that video for that. It's
really?
Things. Yeah.
That's funny. So Kyle Chandler's like, you're the good guy. You can't do this. And Affleck's like, go fuck yourself. And like shoots him 4 times in the face because he killed his girlfriend. And then he just kind of walks away.
Was filming him, and he had to shoot him.
Yeah, I had no other choice. Right.
He filmed him. So
correct. Stephen Yeun gets arrested. Shouldn't have had that phone.
Yeah.
Hey, a quick list of famous movies with the LA River: T2, Transformers, Drive, Chinatown, Them, Gone in 60 Seconds, To Live and Die in LA, of course.
Oh God, that movie's so good.
I love To Live and Die in LA. I just watched that again.
It's so good.
A couple years ago. So good.
Was that it? Is there more?
Oh, there's a lot more. I just quick. I said quick list, Joe. Not a
sorry.
Comprehensive one.
So then right. So then we were brought back to the team. They're with the feds and everybody else, and they're counting the money. We've got three of the people from the team give the number, and it's to the dollar, which I'm just kind of like, no way. It's off by 15, 20 bucks, easy.
Yeah, because those I used to work at a grocery store. Those machines that count money, they're not very accurate. Bills stick together all the time. I believe it. Like we would never. We would run it through, and then we'd double count it, and then if it didn't match, we'd give it to another human to count. So like with all of those machines,
and you accidentally slide.
Yeah.
You find a 10 in the 20s. You find a 5 in the 1s. Like,
no way. No.
But I'm also like the internal affairs or whatever, the FBI people who are overseeing this investigation. They're also like looking at them like, oh, you're on the seat here. This count better match. And then when it matches, they're like, all right, you're good. Good job. But I'm also like, wait a minute. Damon wrote the number down on a card. If he like took a bunch of money and then gave him the rest and then counted the rest, and it matched.
I picture like the two that are like, no, 20 million, and Damon's like 10 million, and they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, but I'm just like, you gave them this number and you gave them the amount of cash. That doesn't mean you didn't skim some. That means you literally gave them the number that you give them. Which they kind of
say that's what's happening, is that they may have skimmed. When we see them driving away, you're like, oh, maybe they are going to walk away with the money.
That's how I kind of took it, because Damon doesn't. They don't all have a consensus where each one's like, oh yeah, the number's 20 million.2, and this person's like, yeah, I got 20 million.2. Damon goes, this is the number.
Right.
He shows them the number.
They all say it. They all say the right number. They all say the exact same number.
You see a scene before that where he goes, remember this number. Like, yeah.
He's being very.
You're right.
That's what makes me think they had to have taken some, because he goes, "This is the number" to them, and then it is the number they turn in.
This is a Netflix movie. If they had skimmed money, there would have been a scene where they told us that they skimmed money.
You're not wrong.
It would not be a subtle like, if you piece this together, maybe it really meant. No, that's
true.
That ain't how Netflix makes movies, my friend.
No, that is not. That is not.
But at the end of the day, the thing that's nice about these characters is that other than Stephen Yeun, who we find out is a bad guy working with Cal Chandler, they do turn in the money. They all seem like they're good cops and, like doing good work. They're not dirty cops, basically, at the end of the day.
There was a weird moment where Affleck and Damon are sitting on the beach and they're talking, and you hear a woman say something in the background, and they both look at each other, and I was like...
Subscribe to Netflix!
But I was like, are they going to reveal that this woman wasn't dead the entire time? That this major was not dead the whole time?
Oh, jeez.
And then it was all a setup to get, like, Kyle Chandler and Stephen Yeun? Because, like, the way they look at each other, it was
killers.
Are you talking about that very last? Are you talking about that very last scene on the beach?
There's a moment where they do look at each other. I was like, what's happening right now?
It's the same name.
Play on the beach, and then the mom comes and calls the kid, and the kid's name is Jackie, which is the officer who was killed at the beginning of the film. And so they look at each other. It was like, she's been looking over us the whole time.
Okay.
It was just like a sign that they did the right thing or something. It was. I
literally thought there's the reveal of this is that this woman that took a shotgun blast to the face was actually alive the whole time.
Like it was all. It would. It wasn't that.
Look, this isn't Cobra. All right.
This isn't Fast and Furious. She doesn't come back and join the family.
They don't use their brother to CGI and fix her face and come back.
Steven Seagal. It's.
Yeah. Oh boy. There's some. He's got a couple bangers. Everything else is trash.
Yeah,
Under Siege.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
This was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Look, January has been, for the most part, not bad. Bone Temple was a lot of fun.
You didn't see Mercy. You didn't see Mercy.
I know.
Do not give January a pass. You didn't.
I think it does. Mercy. I think it. We'll find out next week. But I think January has the ability to have a really good B+. Because once you get an F with a bunch of A's, it drops you a letter grade. But I think
if anyone should know, it's Joe. But no, because you wouldn't have gotten the A's. So I don't think you're.
I got A's in gym.
That's one.
I was pretty good in that one.
In gym.
Yeah. So January consisted of the Bone Temple, which I thought was very good.
We Buried the Dead.
We Buried the Dead, which I thought was great. Then there was
Primate.
Yeah, that doesn't get a pass. No. And then Mercy.
And then Mercy. And now we're here. Okay, so we're sitting at a solid C. So maybe next week. Look,
C+.
It might get us to like a B-.
What is
it's
next week?
It's the Sam Raimi, Rachel McAdams.
Sam Raimi movie looks awesome.
Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien.
Dylan
flick.
O'Brien's always good. It looks like I think that looks like a lot of fun.
It could be.
Excited.
It could be.
Looks like trashy fun.
Yeah,
in the best Sam Raimi kind of way.
It's Sam Raimi back doing horror stuff. Like I'm excited for that.
So that'll be interesting, and we'll actually do the episode. I promise.
Wow.
Okay.
I've heard that before. So anyway, I guess that's it for this one. Let's go around the table, and everyone can say where to find them.
This is Joe. You can follow me on the Twitter at JoeyButts, BUTTS21, and all other social medias at the same.
This is Kevin. Follow me on Twitter at KevinRBrackett.
And this is Tom. You can follow me on Blue Sky and Threads at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at Facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. You can find Facebook.com/Real Spoilers while you're there. Like the page in the group. But of course, don't forget our Patreon, $5 a month. You get all sorts of, you help out a little indie show, and we like the extra. So that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, Jenna accidentally kills Tails.
Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, 'cause we already